In recent years, healthcare centers have started out understanding the significance of incorporating sexual orientation and gender identity, or SOGI, of their clinical records. Traditionally, one's assigned sex at delivery is the organic intercourse, which rely on their intercourse chromosomes. If they have a Y chromosome, their organic sex is male. In the event that they have two X chromosomes, their biological sex is female. However, things are not that simple. For instance, someone may want to have a Y chromosome, but lacking unique genes that encode precise male characteristics. So, even having chromosomes only male, they seem as what we stereotypically describe as female. So, you're thinking biological intercourse may be linked back to genes. Nicely, matters get even more complex than that. A few genes get expressed at excessive stages, and others at low levels. So, someone may have genes that specific or excessive level of testosterone, and very little estrogenic or progesterone, or vice versa. Eventually, hormones like testosterone, estrogenic or progesterone bind to receptors. And a few people may additionally have plenty of receptors which could effortlessly bind to hormones, while others may additionally have very few receptors. In lots of cases, those peoples are intersex individuals, whose our bodies do not suit into the usual definition of male or girl. The lowest line is that biology is messy. And like most things, organic sex exists on a spectrum. Now, separate from the biological built intercourse, is gender identity and gender expression. Gender identity is someone's personal feel of their gender, and gender expression is how they gift themselves to the world. Many people become aware of as either guys or girls. But there are also numerous types of non-binary gender, or gender identification that lie outside of the person-woman dichotomy. For instance, someone could perceive with a couple of genders, inclusive of natives or indigenous two-spirits too. Moreover, a few nicely become aware of with a gender that's neither male nor woman, while others may also have a greater fluid gender identity. A few individuals pick out themselves as transgender, while their gender identity is discordant with their sex assigned at birth. In the meantime, there are those who don't feel any of these labels describe them, or do not just like the concept of identifying with a specific gender in any respect. Neither organic intercourse nor gender identity determines the man or woman's sexual orientation. This concerns with gender or genders in man or woman, is sexually and or romantically attracted to, and character may be heterosexual. Because of this they're attracted to a one-of-a-kind gender, or they're interested in the same gender, and the preferred time period is gay, no longer homosexual. And character can also be bisexual, which means attracted to two or more genders. Or pansexual. That means that they're interested in any gender. A few humans become aware of as asexual, or they may now not enjoy sexual attraction to absolutely everyone. Sooner or later, terminology maintains to alternate and evolve, and words that people use to describe their sexual orientation is ever converting and evolving as well. Now, depending on their gender identification, people can select the pronouns that fit them. The quality normally used pronouns consist of he, him, his, or she, her, hers. Often a person can pick out the pronouns they, them, theirs. That is greater gender neutral. And you may use those pronouns whilst talking approximately someone whose gender you don't know. For example, you might say, "This affected person's name is Sam, they have got diabetes and they're right here for observe up on their new medicinal drug." Not only is it grammatically correct, however pronouns like they have been used to refer to singular non-public pronouns for masses of years, even by way of well-known authors like Shakespeare and Jane Austen. While someone adjustments their gender expression, they'll select to move by a brand new first name, and may even regard their preceding first name as dead name. Okay. Now, many individuals have to face a each-day conflict of being mentioned by using the wrong pronoun. That is referred to as being misgendered. Believe the following state of affairs. A transgender younger female named Esther is in a waiting room, and a clinician yelled throughout the room, "Mr. Albert Kim, please observe me." Being noted by the wrong gender, or dead name, or both. can purpose a deep feel of shame, lack of 6/8F6984F70C7AC4038C462A50EECA3, and ends in harassment and discrimination from others, even from healthcare staff. That is in particular true if that records is asserted publicly. That young girl may not want to come return to the clinic and can even sense risky. Now the others are aware that she is transgender. In reality, based totally at the 2011 countrywide transgender discrimination survey, 28% of transgender sufferers postponed medical care due to discrimination. 19% are refused hospital treatment altogether. And 28% skilled verbal harassment by way of medical professionals. It truly is why, in a healthcare placing, it is essential to accumulate SOGI information, or someone's assigned sex at delivery, gender identification, and pronouns, without making assumptions based on their call, look, or behavior. Also, make certain that those are documented in electronic fitness data, or EAR, for different healthcare workers. Now, amassing SOGI facts and relating to a person as they desire can take an extra 30 seconds or so. But that is time nicely spent. Sincerely saying, I need to address you the way you want to be addressed. Are you able to inform me your name and pronouns? Could make them, and their households, greater comfortable. And trust that they're getting the exceptional care feasible. It is crucial to word that SOGI records can change over the years. So, it shouldn't be taken into consideration fixed. In case you by chance consult with a patient the usage of the incorrect pronoun or the dead name, it is crucial to apologize, accurate the mistake, and pass on the usage of the right pronoun and their selected name. Okay, now in a healthcare putting. Now and again administrators ask for a affected person's assigned intercourse at beginning, for insurance or billing functions. And this is regularly showed with an identification document inclusive of a driving forces license. Directors can also ask for their gender identification and pronouns. However, sexual orientation is considered non-public or sensitive statistics, and may best be asked with the aid of the clinician responsible for the patient, and only if it is relevant to the affected person's care. Very well, here's a brief recap. Healthcare systems gather and document sexual orientation and gender identity data, or SOGI facts, from their sufferers. Sexual orientation refers to whom you are sexually and/or romantically attracted, even as gender identity is about how you become aware of yourself. And intercourse is ready biology. It's also important to invite a person which pronoun to apply while relating to them. Amassing these data is critical to show admire to sufferers and their families, but also to understand the variations people with specific sex or gender identification can have.